Welcome to episode 38 of Scaling a Social Media Marketing Agency. My name is Hervin, and this is a video series where I take you behind the scenes of our SMMA and show you what we're doing to scale it. I am documenting the journey here, so I am sharing what I am working on a day-to-day basis, the problems that I am trying to solve, the lessons that I am learning. So if you're interested in seeing how we scale our SMMA, then subscribe to the YouTube channel. With that said, let me share with you what I worked on today. So first thing that I worked on today was we had a team meeting with our support team to train them on how to answer our support tickets. That's something that we do bi-weekly. It's always great. It's always good to distill the principles by which we provide support to our clients, train our team in learning the skills so that they can be more and more helpful to our clients. So that's always great. From there, creatively speaking, I worked on a couple of things. So the first one is, let me share my screen here. So you could see here on my screen, I was working on the automations. So yesterday or the day before, I spoke about how I created this long email sequence to nurture our leads. And I've been getting help from our team who have been building, specifically one of our team members. They've been building out this automation sequence. It's been awesome. They helped me. So I mentioned, I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, that I created a video to have our team with the instructions for how to create the automation. So our team has been helping with that. That has been great, which now, so because this project has started of building out these automations, now what I could do is that what I did today actually is that I went back to my old automations. So whenever somebody schedules a demo call with me, right? And then I changed it at the end. So when somebody schedules a demo call, at the end, I'm going to immediately mark people as no-show. And the reason for that is because if they go through all the automation and at the end I meet with them, the result of that meeting should always be that I either schedule them or add them to another workflow, which just made me think right here that I need to change this a second, that I need to add to this another step right here. So I just thought of something. If somebody shows up to the demo call, and they don't buy, I created this follow-up automation called follow-up did not buy, which is then going to remove them from the workflow. So if I do that, because they will not get marked as no-show. It's a techie thing. But anyway, I just thought about the tech side of things, how the workflows flow together, having all of these emails now, like the fact that this project has been started by our team, allowed me to tweak our automation. So I focus on doing that today. And the other thing too that it's easier to speak about was the messaging. So you could see here, this is our homepage. This is our current homepage. And it says automate your student interaction and student retention. StudioHub is a software that helps student-based businesses automate their student interaction and student retention so that they can get more students and keep them with less effort. Okay, so it's a software. Now, because this is a very software-driven positioning, we've been thinking about, I've thought about this for a long time. It's like, that's not differentiated because our competitors could literally say the same thing. They also can offer softwares. There's so many software companies out there now that just provide help with marketing and automation that this positioning feels like very commoditized. So we were thinking, okay, what do we move to? And then it's like, the answer is this: one-on-one coaching and support from experts. But this is the new page that I had instructed our graphic designer and developers to create. You can see here, more students, less work. Our average client adds 149 students per year, and our top clients 200 per year. Proven advertising strategies, powerful enrollment automations, one-on-one coaching. You can see the copy is this: more students with less work. This right here that I'm hovering my mouse over on the screen. So it's this copy: more students. You could see here, there's a video. You could see where that video is supposed to go. Grow your student numbers without adding any more. Grow your student numbers without adding more to your plate. So you could see that this is this, okay? Now, the problem is a lot of these things, although I like the copy, it's not something unique to us. It's not something that, like, the unique value proposition on either one of these websites is not something that feels that the clients could feel they could only get by working with us. And that's a problem, right? Like, we don't want to be a commodity. We want to stand out. have something that's different about us. So I've been thinking about that a lot. And it started out with this podcast that I heard. The podcast is called Founders, and it was about, I think, Steve Jobs or James Dyson, one of the two. And in it gave the example, the guy who was working with Steve Jobs, helping him market, told him that he needed to narrow in on a particular message to market the Mac, because the Mac was really good at a couple of things. And so Steve Jobs is like, hey, the Mac is good at these 5 things. Can we say these 5 things on the ad? And the guy is like, no, that's going to water down the message. You need to pick the one thing, right? The one thing. And so I thought, it's like, okay, what's that one thing? Same thing with James Dyson, the vacuum cleaner. At that time where they came up with a vacuum cleaner, it turned out that the vacuum cleaner, not only was it great at vacuuming, but it was also a great appliance for dry cleaning clothes. But in the advertising, when they were thinking about what to say, they decided not to mention the dry cleaning clothes, because the vacuum cleaner by itself was a new revolutionary idea. The guy who was helping with the marketing is like, people can only handle one revolutionary idea in an ad. They cannot handle more than that. And so thinking about that, it was what prompted me to start thinking about how to simplify our messaging. Then I had thought about it in different ways, but I didn't take action on it. And today I heard another video from Alex Hormozi called Simple is Better, whatever it was. It's something about simplifying, which he literally mentions the one example with Steve Jobs. I feel like we're listening to the same podcast. But anyway, he mentions that it was super helpful to listen to it again. One of Alex Hormozi's sayings is, we need to be reminded more than we need to be taught, because I had learned the lesson. So anyway, I heard about it today and I took action here, and I've been thinking about how do we simplify this. So I wrote a prompt to ChatGPT saying, hey, you're a marketing copywriting expert with 20 years of experience. You're able to take complex ideas and simplify them. Help me come up with a concise value proposition statement that shows what we do here at Studio Hub, who we help, how we help, what kind of results our clients get, what makes our company different. I want you to think in it. I want you to say it in an interesting way, even though I didn't say that. Think along the lines of 1,000 songs in your pocket. That's the famous line for the iPod, 1,000 songs in your pocket. It's like a super easy way. And that was an example that Alex Hormozi gave in his video, which was the example that they talked about in the podcast as well, the Founders podcast, because it was an elegant way of saying exactly what it was with an analogy, but that encapsulated the unique value proposition. So I said, I'm looking for an elegant way of saying our unique value proposition. Feel free to use analogies. Here's some context. Here's what we do. And I gave it context about what we do at our company, what makes us different, who we serve, what kind of results. So it spit out a bunch of ideas at me. You could see here, fill your classes with your own dedicated well, let me take it to the top. I gave it the prompt and it says, from leads to lesson effortlessly. Your class is full, your marketing hands-free, more students, less stress, which is kind of along this, more students, less work. Now, the problem with these is that let me tell you what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something that is unique to us. Nobody else could say this, at least not at the moment. The only company who can say this would be us. So I'm looking to see, how do I frame that? What do I say that could only be said by us? And so anyway, we will fill your studio. You will focus on the magic. That can be said by anybody. Turning leads into lifelong students without you lifting a finger. Our personal marketing team without hiring one. Your personal marketing team without hiring one. Well, that's interesting, but I don't know. I just didn't love it. Then you could see here, imagine your studio's capacity will get you there. Your studio at capacity. Marketing made simple, we generate the buzz. So all of these can be said by our competitors, not just tools, your own dedicated marketing expert. So I like this, but the not just tools, I don't love that, because it's kind of like a client needs to understand what are they talking about with not just tools, your own dedicated marketing expert. I don't know. Studio growth, expert guided, results guarantee, automation that works. That it can be said by anybody, backed by weekly personal coaching. This is a little weird, full enrollment. So anyway, I went through all of this. And so then I thought to myself, I'm like, I love this part, your own dedicated marketing expert, because that's really the thing that differentiates us. So then I just said, what about get more students with your own dedicated marketing expert? And that's the one that I went with. So you could see here, the new copy that I'm thinking of writing, enroll more students with your own dedicated marketing expert. And the enroll part, I think it was suggested, fill your classes. Nope. Yeah. So I came up with that, or yeah, grow your enrollment. So enroll more students with your own dedicated marketing experts. Our average client enrolls blah, blah, blah. So these are only things that we can say. One is to help you enroll 149 new students this year, because we did a study that we found that's what our average client enrolls. Is your enrollment not growing as fast as you would like? This can be said by anybody, but this is just literally the pain points that our clients have. And then at Studio Hub, we specialize in helping our clients grow their enrollment by pairing them up. I feel like this needs to be refreshed because I had rewritten something. Yeah. We specialize in helping you grow your enrollment by pairing you up with your own dedicated marketing expert who helps you launch targeted advertising campaigns, trains you and your team on how to use automated follow-up systems, provide weekly one-on-one coaching and support. So that is what makes us different. So anyway, I've been thinking about this. How do we simplify what we do? I'm also thinking how this applies to sales calls as well. Like in a sales call, I've been always trying to build value by showing all the different ways in which we can help a client. It's like, hey, we don't just help you launch ads. We also help you with automation. We also help you with Google reviews. We also help you with your adding stuff to your website, all of these things. And I realized that the more things I say we do, the more watered down it feels like. It just feels like a set of features. And then it becomes like this commoditized service because each one of those things could be done by other people. It also, instead of feeling like you're getting more value, it just feels like you're doing a lot of things, and it doesn't feel like you're solving a really painful pain point. So I feel like the same thing, how a good ad just focuses on one message. I think I might have said this before. I want to focus the sales call into just one pain point. Like, what is the biggest thing that if we were to focus on that for your business, you would be able to grow no matter what. And if you do that, so by solving that, we don't need to solve 50 problems. We just need to solve one problem. So yeah, I want to figure out how to make our sales call be that. But that's what I focus on today. It's just simplifying things. Now for me, I just want to say it here. This is a little bit scary at the moment because obviously our marketing has been turned off for the longest time. We haven't had marketing running. I feel like we're getting closer to being ready to start advertising. I feel like that's going to happen anytime now within the next week or two, hopefully next week. We just got to make final tweaks to our onboarding process and the new things. But okay, so our marketing has been turned off. Now we've been seeing our competitors ramp up their advertising because we're seeing them all over the place, just advertising everywhere. We see their ads. And so we're thinking like, man, it feels like we're falling behind, but I just have faith that this is the path that, all of these ideas have been unfolding at the precise right time. And the way everything has unfolded up until now, even like for the longest time, I thought like, hey, we don't need the client success managers. And now it turns out that that's our biggest strength. And like all of these things that we are focusing on have unfolded exactly at the right time. And so I just have faith that this is the way it's supposed to go and that we will figure out how to attract clients once we have our ads ready and we have everything out there. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. I want to be transparent here as well and share the vulnerabilities. I know we'll be able to figure it out. I have faith. And yeah, I hope you're enjoying these updates. If you are interested in following along in our journey to see how we scale our social media marketing agency, subscribe to the channel and I'll see you in the next update. Bye.